Welcome everybody, I'm Fabio Viviani. In this episode today, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna go more sweet than savory. Let's see what happened. Let's get to it. So the first things we gotta do, which will take about 5 minutes, we have to get the butter going, all right? So with a stand-up mixer and a paddle attachment, crack 3 eggs in the bowl and add the sugar. Of course, world-class chef, eggs cracking, it's a one-hand task. Look at that. Try again. The eggs are really strong. They're made out of calcium. I had a wick banging on the side. It's not that I can totally crack an egg. I just didn't want to destroy the eggs because of my power. So I went a little too weak and it made it look like I can't even crack an egg. Clearly I can. There you go. 3 eggs. Sugar. Simple, plain white sugar. There. So now what do we need to do? Now we need to create a little bit of an emulsion, right? You need to kind of whip the eggs a little bit with the sugar. So we're gonna let it go for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, we're gonna do a few things and we're gonna talk about walnuts and grappa. I had to stop the machine because I want to be clear, I want to make sure you hear me. Grappa in the 15th century was used to fuel the little lamp with the little rope thing sticking out of it. So it was literally gasoline. And it was also used, medically speaking, to disinfect wound. I don't know who decided to drink grappa and be like, oh yeah, absolutely, let's go for it. This sounds like a great idea for a dinner. I don't think that the person was well right after, but I think that over 500 years later and different reiteration of the distillation, we went from being gasoline to actually being used for cooking. I am still not a fan, but in this dish, soaking the walnuts overnight with a little grappa gives the cake that little kick. That even if you are like me, you're not necessarily a gasoline lover for drink, you're still gonna enjoy it very much because as an MO, I will never feed you something that is not good. With that said, let's get back to the whipping of the eggs. All right, guys, so as the eggs and the sugar are whipping, we're gonna add the orange zest, beautiful aromatics with the orange oil in the peel, vanilla extract, smell divine. In half cup of olive oil. That's a cup. That's a half cup. I do not have time for measuring. I find measuring in general as a waste of life, but measuring is also essential when you bake something. Even something simple like a pound cake, you think is a pound of everything, but it's not. It's actually not. I have no idea why it's called pound cake, because it's not a pound of anything actually. So let's measure half cup of olive oil. Little stir. As the oil, the eggs, and the sugar mixes, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start to cut the apples. Do we peel apple for this cake? Not necessary. Is there a big difference if we leave the skin on it? Not really. What you gotta do, I want you to cut the apple in half, then quarter them, and then by angling the knife, like this, take out the seeds part. Right there. It's the easiest way to cut apples. That's it. Now I'm gonna save some for slicing on top, and I'm gonna dice. That's plenty of apple for the cake. Flour. Maybe for once in my life. I knew it. I knew it. I have done flour in bowls my entire life. Every time some flour gets out of it. Every time. so annoying. All right, we mix this for a second. Little quick stir. Done. Now, we're gonna add the apple to it. Beautiful. Love apples. They're good for me. My dogs love apple. Marcus, want some apple? Get some apple, dude. He loves apples. Not quite the cake with the grappa, but apples he does love. Check this out. Now we go this way. Clean these a little bit. Make sure that there's not a lot of cake butter in it. You have two options. You fish the walnut out and you put it into the butter. Butter, not the butter. Butter. There are a bunch of words that if you're a foreigner like I am, they're tricky. Walnuts goes in, and by the way, the length in which you soak the walnuts will define the strength of it, right? These walnuts are soaked in a little grappa overnight. If they're too strong for you, you could soak it for like a couple of hours, and that's it, just to give it a little kick. Grappa is very strong, don't forget that. Now, if you're brave enough, but I am not, you could take a shot of this. Now it's a walnut grappa. Not for me. Do you have to shake it? I don't think so, but I still did it, just in case. Ready? Look at that. I feel like Michelangelo right now. If you had a can spray instead of a paintbrush. So look at this. It's a thick butter with a lot of apple in it. Beautiful. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Slice a bunch of apples. Bam. And put them on top. However way you like it. If you're a little fancy and you love perfect pattern, if you don't care about pattern, just toss them on top. You wanna spell your name on it? Go for it. You wanna spell your dog name on it? Go for it. Look at that. Perfect. You see the knife game? Like ninja level, like through the roof. Like I could have been the last samurai if Tom Cruise wasn't Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was Italian, I could have totally do the last samurai game here. I mean, manual dexterity with knives, 97 out of 100. The only reason why I didn't get 100 out of 100 is because my eyes were open. But I could do that with my eyes closed. You don't believe me? Fine. A little sugar on top, just like that. I'm not a baker, I really am not. If I do it, anyone can do it. Like literally, just don't do the chopping of the apple like I did, because I should have said do not try this at home for insurance disclosure. Now, 350 degrees, these got to bake for a while. In it. Look at this. There we have it. Move over, apple pie America. You have a new favorite. Looks fantastic. What do you think? And look, guys, I get it. Apple pie, we love it. But if you think about things like this, you think more like banana bread, you think more something on those lines. But this apple cake, smell divine. And you know what I like to drink with this? Blood orange Italian soda. Sweet, refreshing, sparkling. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you next time. Chin chin.